So let's move on. Do you want to talk about Amazon?
Sure.
All right. Amazon is getting sued. Those fuckers. Those dirty bitches. Man, should I be cursing like that on the show?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe I should hold off.
We're probably not big enough for anyone to care.
True. I mean, yeah. Okay. So Amazon is getting sued. That's what we'd love to see. The Federal Trade Commission is...
That's what we'd love to see.
We love to see corporations getting their butt whooped, right?
Yeah.
So the Federal Trade Commission is... and 17 other states have accused Amazon today, as we're recording, of illegally protecting a monopoly over swaths of online retail by squeezing merchants and favoring its own services. This is very similar to what we hear right now going on with Google.
Yep.
Right? I mean, we talked the other week about how Google is facing trouble because that they're prioritizing their own products and their own services with their search engine, which is making unfair competition environment. So what is Amazon doing? Well, Amazon has stopped merchants on its platform from offering lower prices elsewhere and forced them to ship products using its logistics service if they wanted to be offered as part of its Prime subscription bundle. This is leading to higher prices for consumers and a worse shopper experience, which is the goal of the Federal Trade Commission to make as good as possible. Now, here's where Ben can correct me. Is it Lina Khan?
It is Lina Khan.
Lina Khan is the one leading this charge. She's the head of the FTC under Joe Biden. And she has rose to fame as a Yale law student in 2017. She is young. She's young and she is hungry for corporate blood. She published a paper arguing that the American antitrust laws have failed to adequately stop Amazon from amassing power over its customers, competitors, and suppliers. So this has been a pet project for her for a long time.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Lina Khan. I've read into her a little bit, and she is a fiery antitrust advocate. She's like exactly the person that I would want in charge of the FTC. And she has spearheaded a lot of these lawsuits to attack mergers, try to break apart companies. And the Biden administration really has not had that much success. And it just goes to show that you have someone who is young, who is highly motivated, highly competent, just to see how much the system is stacked against her. Because that's the only reason that there isn't success here. And we really do need to see like a new wave of antitrust law to reintroduce some fairness into our markets and reduce market power of these massive conglomerates.
And it also goes to show you the power of the judiciary. I mean, the judiciary is what's shutting all this shit down anyway, right?
Well, exactly. That's the thing. There have been too many judicial decisions over the years that say that monopolies are okay and have established a really narrow pathway to actually determine that a company is a monopoly and should be broken up or that a merger shouldn't happen, that we need new statute to tip these cases in favor of the plaintiffs, in favor of the FTC when they go to trial.
What's actually crazy to me, though, is I don't know if we don't technically need new statute. We need different judiciary.
Well, we would need a wave of new cases, but a wave of new decisions. But the problem is there's all this precedent.
I understand. Yeah, you're right. We need the new statute to overdo that judicial precedent that's been set.
Exactly.
And because we've learned a lot about this, because it's judicial precedent over statute, new statute can override that.
Yep.
Right. If they were doing a constitutional precedent, then we would need a constitutional amendment to override it.
And we would have no hope.
But
we do have hope.
But we do have hope because this is statutory precedent.
Yes.
Wow. Man, we should be lawyers.
Honestly.
Would you ever go to law school?
This is I have a fun personal anecdote about this. My parents came into town a few weeks back, and my mom's a lawyer. She's a public defense attorney.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
And she listens to the show. Thanks, Mom. Hopefully you're watching this. Hi. She mentioned that the way we analyze cases is exactly how it goes in law school. Like, wow. She's like, you guys would kill it in law school. And I actually complained to her because I'm like, I believe that. Like, I think we're going deep enough and learning enough about it to be analyzing that way. And it frustrates me that even though we can do that, like, we'll never get the same recognition as someone who does that with a law degree.
Yeah.
Even if we're doing the same level of work. So I think I would rather just not pay for law school and have to sit in class for 2 years and do that and just talk about it and hopefully get the recognition by I don't know, doing it over and over again and proving my merit to people. Like, the system is nice because it's an easy ticket to recognition, but I just don't want to waste the time.
Yeah. You know what we should do? We should go back on YouTube and make a playlist of that book in total. Because we read Supreme Inequality by Adam Cohen, and we went through basically all the Supreme Court cases that were very important that had to do with workers' rights, poverty, corporations, and the rest of it. We went through all of it. From 1950 onward, we talked about all the important cases. And if you guys are interested in learning more about the history of the Supreme Court and the history of these cases that really make modern America, we'll put a playlist together of, we talked about every chapter of that book and went into all those cases in really great detail. And yeah, like, it sucks that we're not going to have the same recognition, but we'll have a democratized type of recognition.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something.